Minecraft is filled with one-of-a-kind bugs, exploits, and unintentional game mechanics, but through it all, one bug stands out alone as being the most important in the game. A bug which Mojang themselves have stated cannot be fixed, even though the fix is technically in the game and ready to be enabled at any time. A bug which once experienced players tried to keep hidden from Mojang in a cat and mouse game out of fear of it being aggressively patched, that is now extremely controversial, with those exact same players calling out Mojang for not fixing it after so long. Today, we'll talk about the history of Minecraft's most important bug, and why it's also the game's most controversial. TNT duping refers to a series of Minecraft bugs which allow players to dupe the ignited TNT entity, not the actual TNT block itself. There are a handful of videos from the early 2010s displaying a couple of TNT duplication methods. There was even one involving bugged arrows, but these methods were obscure and often patched very quickly. It wouldn't really be until 2015, with Minecraft 1.9 snapshots and pre-releases, where TNT duplication methods were properly established. This was because that prior to this, there wasn't really as much need for TNT duplication methods, and without the existence of slime blocks, which wouldn't come into the picture until Minecraft 1.8 in late 2014, prior TNT duplication methods were very limited in usefulness. Around the time in 2014 and 2015, many technical Minecrafters were looking for ways to automatically destroy terrain to make way for large farms. They were looking to build quarries. Early quarries used flying machines and slime blocks to move blocks out of the way, of which would eventually be filtered to a static wither that would destroy the blocks. Later in 2015, a TNT duplication method in a Minecraft 1.9 snapshot would be discovered, allowing for the creation of a very basic TNT duper. These dupers were then attached to flying machines using slime blocks to effectively become movable block destruction devices. These bugs were pretty quickly patched, however, with even bug finders such as Myron, a member of the SciCraft technical server, wanting to report them. But the usefulness of these TNT duplication exploits, especially in the creation of quarries, continued to grow, and methods of creating these contraptions continued too. You see, around the time, technical Minecraft was becoming a lot bigger and a lot more mainstream in Minecraft gameplay, where once players would just beat the Ender Dragon in a survival world and then do a few small things and move on, now players were spending large amounts of time in these worlds, creating farms to collect mob drops and other goods. And as it turned out, especially for farms which relied on mob spawns such as witch farms, if you cleared out an entire perimeter around the farm and built the farm in the middle, you could improve the spawn rate of it dramatically by making the only spawnable areas within the actual farm itself, rather than in caves or areas around it. Not to mention that TNT duper quarries could also be used to automate the mining and collection of blocks. TNT duplication also became important to less skilled technical players who used simpler but still important farms such as wood farms, which relied on TNT dupers to break wood automatically. TNT duplication was a one-of-a-kind mechanic, and the only mechanic that could do what it did. Many more methods of TNT duplication were discovered and patched through 1.9, 1.10, 1.11, and 1.12, with Mojang's relentless patches to these bugs making it clear that they were not meant to be part of the game. As such, the technical Minecraft community would often hold onto these methods for some time before releasing them or publicizing them, so they wouldn't be fixed as quickly. Players were understandably not big fans of the frequency TNT duplication bugs were patched, as they claimed the bugs were mostly harmless and used by players to further their Minecraft experience rather than to cheat. They were the only way some large projects such as the creation of perimeters were possible too. TNT duplication bugs quickly became the most aggressively patched reoccurring bug, with players stating that if TNT dupes were going to continue to be patched, alternative methods should be properly added to the game to replace them. In 2018, with the upcoming release of 1.13 and 1.13.1, the Aquatic Update, which was also going to have a lot of game engine rewrites and technical improvements, many players in the Minecraft technical community were concerned that Mojang would finally patch TNT duping for good. And in 1.13, they did in fact patch TNT duplication methods once again, even patching other long-standing and useful duplication exploits involving rails and carpets. But it was also in this update where something at Mojang changed. You see, Mojang finally changed their subscription status to TheMisterEpic to subscribed. The other 70% of you should follow by example. No pressure, of course. Anyways, in October of 2018, popular technical Minecraft YouTuber ilmango, part of the SciCraft technical server, would release a new World Eater design for 1.13.1, which also included a TNT duper. He mentions this in the intro.
Hey everybody, this is a video about a 1.13.1 World Eater that uses TNT duping. We wanted to keep TNT duping a secret until after the Minecon, so Mojang can't just patch it out before they work on 1.14.
This TNT duplication method used the newly released Dead Coral and, unsurprisingly, was discovered by Myron, a player named Harvey Kang, as well as other prominent technical Minecrafters. You can see the comments of this video poking fun at the fact that SciCraft and the technical Minecraft community had still managed to come out on top with a new TNT dupe method. In fact, the community was so concerned about 1.13 finally removing TNT duping for good that they had been preparing and searching for new duplication methods for some time prior, intentionally choosing to hold off on publishing their findings. People were really happy TNT duping was back, but were also ready for Mojang to come right in with patches again. Except this time, unlike the past few years, Mojang did not aggressively patch the bug. New Minecraft updates continued to release, years went by, and the Dead Coral method of TNT duping was left untouched. In fact, even now, 7 years later, this method of TNT duplication still works, and is still the most popular method used today. So, what happened? Well, we wouldn't receive official word on TNT duping until in mid-March of 2020 during Minecraft 1.16 snapshots, where Mojang tech lead Sliced Lime, who also makes Minecraft update and snapshot videos, would comment on a Minecraft snapshot post on the official Minecraft subreddit. In response to a comment about getting rid of TNT dupers, Sliced Lime would mention that they were a fair way off from that, and unlike other useful exploits, TNT dupers still filled a slot in the game that intended game mechanics could not. In another comment, he also agrees that a source of renewable sand would be one of several things he would consider necessary to replace TNT dupers. So it seems, after Mojang's TNT dupe patches in 1.13, they decided that TNT duping was too important to the game to be fixed, at least until viable alternatives were added. But why have none been added in all these years since? In a video ilmango released back in 2022, he had this to say about Mojang and TNT duping.
I really don't see a point. Why not finally fix this TNT duping issue? Fix would be really simple. Add renewable sand to the game, so we can combine it with the renewable gunpowder we get from creepers or gas, so we can craft sufficient amount of TNT ourselves. And add movable block entities, so we have a replacement for the World Eaters that kind of depend on TNT duping at the moment. So why is this not being done? So we have TNT duping for several years now. Everything else always seems to be more important. Adding goat horns to the game or frogs always is more important than movable block entities, although we already have those in Bedrock Edition. Yeah, why not fix TNT duping in the first place?
Where once technical players would hide TNT dupes from Mojang so they wouldn't be patched, now they were outright calling Mojang out for not fixing the exploits and adding viable alternatives. The two things that primarily need to be done for TNT duping to be replaced are to add a renewable source of sand and movable tile entities. Currently, the only way to renewably get sand is through another exploit known as gravity block duping using end portals. Players have suggested that husks, the desert alternative of zombies, should be able to drop sand so players can make husk farms to thus farm renewable sand. Other players have also suggested alternative crafting recipes using other renewable blocks. But even if such mechanics were added to the game, the biggest issue which remains is the lack of movable tile entities, at least on Java. Tile or block entities are special Minecraft blocks which have additional information stored in them. So for example, a chest, furnace, shulker, barrel and more all store items as their contents. Other blocks such as beacons, monster spawners and beehives are also tile entities, as they all have additional information they store. On Minecraft Java, tile entities cannot be moved by pistons or slime blocks. That means that even if renewable sand was added, players would not be able to create TNT quarries or world eaters, as the dispensers they are shot out of cannot be moved. However, on Bedrock Edition, this isn't the case. Tile entities such as dispensers are actually movable, meaning TNT bombers using using them can be created. This is something the technical Minecraft community has been complaining about for years. Why does Bedrock have movable tile entities, but Java does not? Players have even made mods such as Carpet Mod that allow tile entities to be moved, proving it is possible in Java. In the past, when this has been reported to Mojang, it has been marked as working as intended, implying it won't be added to Java. Furthermore, on the official Minecraft feedback website's previously considered suggestions page, outlining suggestions Mojang will not add to Minecraft, they state that Java and Bedrock will not have the same redstone systems, as that would require redoing these systems on one platform or the other. So we know it's possible, we know Mojang are aware of it, and we know it's one of the core changes necessary to replace TNT duping, but Mojang seemingly will not do it, and as to why, well, that's what we don't know. As the years have gone on, most of the community has accepted that TNT duping will likely remain for the foreseeable future. It is still very controversial though. Some players are purists and believe the use of any forms of unintended game mechanics is wrong or cheating and not how the game should be. Some players think it's a lazy solution to a game mechanic that should already exist, and others point out issues with TNT dupers, such as them not being lag friendly at all, which is why many large public Minecraft servers have TNT duping disabled. It's quite contested, with some players allowing the use of it on their servers or worlds, and others strictly against it, but ultimately most do recognize that there aren't really any other alternatives right now. And there's also issues with the supposed fixes too. Some players have used mods to add movable tile entities and renewable sand to their servers, only to still find it far too tedious and annoying to use over TNT dupers, meaning they may not be sufficient replacements to TNT duping as we thought they were. It may not be as simple of a fix as people are making it out to be after all, which is why Mojang are hesitant. According to some technical Minecraft players on Reddit, as well as experienced technical Minecrafter methods, Mojang do actually have a patch for TNT duping ready to go. It's actually been in the game for some time, but they have disabled it. And considering how controversial TNT duping is, how important it is, and also how difficult entirely replacing it may be, maybe Mojang are content with leaving it as is forever, or at least for the foreseeable future. As such, Minecraft's most important bug will seemingly remain in the game and continue to be controversial for the time being. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching.